over to the trustee. And once you understand this whole system, you can see how the system can be easily corrupted.
I think Reagan once said, if you're young and not liberal, you don't have a heart, right? Because when you're young, you tend to see the needs. You want to change the world. But then he went on to say, if you're older and are conservative, you don't have a brain. Yeah. It's like when you grow up and you see how the world actually works and take personal responsibility.
In 300 meters, turn left onto Trick-Il Gadida.
Responsibility. There's a balance between the two, and as I got older, my brain grew 3 sizes that day.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan also had another quote, Joel. He said this: "If fascism ever comes to America, it will be..."
Take the next left onto Trick-Il Gadida and then turn left onto Telga Rahel Gadid.
It will come in the name of liberalism.
Right? Yeah, you just don't understand, Travis. You just don't.
No, that's what Ronald Reagan said. That's not what I said.
Yeah, but you still don't understand.
Look at this. So a tax haven citizenship loophole for U.S. crypto folks may not stay open for long. Now, actually, I haven't even heard of this one, but apparently that...
Turn left onto Telga Rahel Gadid.
It's in several countries: Portugal, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua and Barbuda, Dominica, Vanuatu, Grenada, and St. Lucia. Is you can basically invest in cryptos and in projects and eliminate all crypto gains there and get a passport between $100,000 and $150,000.
In 200 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit.
And this is a donation plus some due diligence fees, and then you're able to eliminate your taxes through that by getting a passport and relocating out of that. Well, they're actually going to eliminate that, and I don't know if you saw this or not, Joel. I sent it over to Aaron, our producer, but the G20 was talking about, and it's looking like it's going to pass, a global 15% tax for everyone. That way companies can no longer circumvent taxes and, the offshore stuff and set up things in Panama, like the Panama Papers and all this other stuff. Every company,
Exit the roundabout. In 400 meters, slight right.
Person in the world, a 15% tax. Guaranteed that's an additional tax on top of the bullshit taxes that are already taking place in the country.
Dogecoin has opened up the world to meme coins, and the Shiba Inu coin is the latest one to get.
Take the next left onto Valletta, then turn left onto Il Basir Il Gadid.
A lot of it.
Take the next right.
Attention.
Continue for 1 kilometer.
Vitalik donated more than $1 billion worth of SHIB to the India COVID-19 Relief Fund. The token is SHIB, S-H-I-B. And now, it's raced up the charts on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko. And now they have Shiba Swap that is launched. And this thing looks really promising.
In 500 meters at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Trick-Dye Sambru 13, Route 1.
Index has surpassed $1 million in trading volume 24 hours after launch. I did say $1 billion, not $1 million, right?
It is $1 billion, and actually, if you go look at Shiba Swap, SHIBA swap.com, total value locked $1.69 billion.
Exit the roundabout onto Trick-Dye Sambru 13, then take the slip road to Masa Hamran bypass.
And this is interesting. This is reminiscent of
take the slip road to Masa Hamran bypass.
Reminded me of Aqua Finance we were playing with earlier, where it's take some finance and then
in 3 kilometers, take the exit towards Trick-Duncombe.
And you're able to get some Aqua, whatever, and then you stake do your liquidity pool, and then you put it into this pool, and then you're actually earning new Aqua. So this is fun. There is, and I'm going to actually put a video in the show notes from our friends over at Crypto 10X of Barnaby and Noble, who have actually did a walkthrough on this Shiba swap, so you guys can see this in the show notes, where basically you take your Shiba, you can then get your dig tokens where you're going to provide liquidity, and then you're going to earn bone. You're going to be able to dig, fetch, bury, swap, and woof, and bone. So basically you're able to stake your Shiba and then add liquidity pool. Then you're able to earn bone. You're able to stake your Shiba and woof it up. And I don't know, just lots of stuff going on with this thing. It's very dogged.
Yeah, it takes some time to understand it. You're right. Barnaby and Noble did a great job in their video. So producer Aaron, let's make sure that we get that in there. I managed to add to the liquidity pool for Sheeb and Bone, and it's making 384.6% right now, which means Bone is coming in. I'm not getting boned. I'm getting Bone.
You're getting Bone Thugs and Harmony. Like, I'm looking at that, so I've actually done this as well, and so I can actually go in and claim my returns. It looks like to me right now, how much do I have in there? All right, so yeah, you're staking your woof, deposit your woof, and it's just crazy. So what is it, swap? Is it my providing my liquidity? Yeah. Anyways, I think I have like I've earned about 500 bones so far, and bones are worth $5.
Yeah. So you can get Woof, not to be confused with Rufus, our dog. Sometimes we call him Woof, who, by the way, heretofore shall be referred to as Lord Rufus the Mighty. He is now officially a Scottish landowner, as is our producer Erin, and she shall be referred to as Lady Erin, the producer of Bad Cryptopia.
I'm going to call her Lord. Actually, 800 bone. I've earned 800 bone. And $5 a pop. But what happens is you're not able to withdraw all your bone all at once. You can only get 1/3 of your bone, so you can't go balls deep.
Where do I take that? Meanwhile, one final story which I find really fascinating. This kid in India, his name is Gajesh Naik. He's 13 years old. And he totally understands DeFi. So he was able to, he started by teaching people how to code on his YouTube channel, and then he switched to smart contract consulting. His DeFi protocol, Polydodge, manages nearly $1 million. He's 13 years old.
Yeah, he's like, I got to learn Solidity, and then I learned to do the DeFi stuff in about 2 to 3 months. So he was freelancing, launching projects. Here's a dude that's 13 years old, 2 years younger than my kid, my daughter.
In 400 meters, take the exit towards Trick.com.
Youngest, and I like to send my kids these types of articles. Like, get your shit together. Look at this. Eating your lunch, you lazy bastards.
This kid's gonna change.
Take the exit towards Trick.com.
The world, right?
Very cool, man. I love that. Because they're diving in, they're digital natives. Like this is the way to go. The old way makes no. We're seeing some changes.
Seeing some great living like that.
It's not Stabarelli in the valley. Stabarelli, I don't even know the gender on this person.
Stabarelli in an alley is a not good person to meet because they stab you in your feet.
Stabarelli has some Bitcoin gravy. Travis and Joel's takes on crypto and geopolitics are tastier and more filling than Mama's Sunday gravy.
With corn. No, he didn't say that, but he should have. I think corn should be part of every review, part of every episode.
That corny crypto podcast.
Interesting ways to...
Corny crypto. Here we are.
We are corny, but we're here for you guys, and we're bringing you tons of great content is on the way. I would love to hear your feedback, on what you think of this episode, and, did you listen to the McAfee episode? Love to hear your thoughts on that. Some of you have written us. You could drop us a mail at badcryptopodcast@gmail.com or hit us up in our Discord. badco.in/Discord is the Hero Discord. And we are looking at new ways to make the Hero token utilitarian or bring utility to it, and got some cool things planned. Definitely not saying you should buy Hero Coin. I'm also not saying you shouldn't, because I'm not a financial advisor, and you should do your own, research and due diligence and figure stuff out for yourself.
That is true. That is true. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you. This is episode 500. 32, including all the other ones we've done and the other ones. Like Joel and I bet we've done about 750 crypto episodes complete with all the different ICOs and the nifty shows and stuff that we do. Why do we do it? Because we love you guys. We want to keep putting out great content. We're having fun doing it. Although I think Joel wants to go to the swimming pool today, so we're going to finish the show.
It's raining. It's raining.
Man, that's probably why he hasn't been able to get his vitamin D. Oh well, stay bad.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor. You guys are along the ride with us. We're all in it together, and we encourage you to also help others to learn about crypto and do their own research. Basically, do good stuff and stay back.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor.
Zach, a fan of The Office?
Yeah, an Anchorman especially.
Oh, very nice. Okay.
Yeah, but
That's
you
the
weren't.
answer, man. We've not watched The Office.
You weren't easily replaced, but you were replaced.
Hey, I'm lazy, analogical, and overweight. I'm frustrated already. You're about to put me in shit.
Now, wait a second. Did you tell me you've never watched The Office?
I've watched a couple episodes. I watched more of the Ricky Gervais UK version of it,
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
But the US version, it is classic. It is so brilliantly written, and the characters are so interesting and endearing and hilarious. I think.
Dude, I worked in an office for so long, I don't even care. Like Office Space, that was a great show. But I tell you, I don't watch a lot of TV series, man. I don't watch a lot of television. Like, it's such a minimal. I'm too lazy and illogical and frustrated to watch TV.
Do you have enough energy in you to finish the show?
No, not really. Stay back.
Who's bad?
The Bad Crypto Podcast is a production of Bad Crypto LLC. The content of the show, the videos, and the website is provided for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes only. It's not intended to be and does not constitute financial, investment, or trading advice of any kind. You shouldn't make any decisions as to finances, investing, trading, or anything else based on this information without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional financial advisor. Please understand that the trading of Bitcoins and alternative cryptocurrencies have potential risks involved. Anyone wishing to invest in any of the currencies or tokens mentioned on this podcast should first seek their own independent professional financial advisor. No, that was good. You got it out.
And suck it, Case Loss.
We're gonna. I think we should make Bruno Mars' "Lazy Song" our theme song.
Good.
I don't feel like doing anything.
Let's go make some more lazy NFTs.
I just want a podcast in bed.
And in the background was obviously a rondelle, whatever you say it. It looks different to me. and the guy's sleeping in the car.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that's just, it's like as if it's a backdrop to every mate.
The other day for flights, you're probably shitty.
Absolutely. Another issue, which I can't actually read your screen from here because what's that next bit there?
Well, there's still lack of enforcement for taxi-only e-charging.
Although the Twitter feed covers that.
Taxi_e, I think it is.
He's been, TfL been in touch apparently and giving a link to forward all the information on. But I mean,
but what are TfL going to do with
well,
it?
this is what I'm saying. We need transparency. Say, look, this is the outcome of these. We've sent warning letters off to these people. But otherwise, what's the point of us doing it?
That's right.
You know, it just seems, you know, just pandering to their.
They're just playing lip service to the cab trading in one respect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, absolutely.
We'll get on to free now in a little bit. And all the things.
In fact, listen, it's a week that just wouldn't stop giving, wouldn't it?
I know.
Do you know what I mean? It's just.
I mean, there was a thing in the news the other day about Heathrow cabbies being forced to live in their cabs and building shanty towns out of the feeder park.
Oh, man.
And I was speaking to a driver. I mean, who shall remain nameless at the moment. About it,
Joke, that's a joke.
At Heathrow, and he said they're still doing between 16 and 20 hours waiting for a job out there at the moment. And as he said, you know, a lot of drivers, especially those, some of them have got a choice. He said, you know, some of them haven't got to do it, but a lot of drivers have got young families, haven't got a choice. You know, it's either trawl the streets of London or go and sit out there and wait for a job. You know, and apparently one driver, I was reading the article in the Mail, and it said, you know, one driver said to his wife, don't tell the kids that I sleep in the cab.
Yeah.
You know, it's embarrassing. It really is embarrassing. And, you know, we never have thought that the cab trade would come to this at any point in my life. So anyway.
My kids accepted it. That's what I did for a living.
What, slept in the cab?
Yeah, never done no work.
Well, I think most of the cab trade accepted that's what you did for a living.
If they see me, they slept, I'll just fall asleep wherever I fall asleep. Yeah. But that's fine.
Yeah, we found you all over the place in London.
Yeah, people take
Elton Station, outside the bank waiting for it in the morning to pay money in.
You see, the thing was I had an app on my phone, which I give to, which we had sharing. You remember we used to share all links.
Yeah.
So we knew where each other was. This is years ago. It was the early days of Life 360 when it.
Yeah, it used to be something else before that, and then they discontinued.
Yeah, discontinued. Yeah. So we always sort of like knew where each other was, and if we phoned each other, if any of us got in trouble at night. Listen, I get fatigued.
Yeah.
That's my condition.
Anyway, we're going to go over to Dropkick Rick for his taxi rank titter, and then we're going to play another one of Chris Wheeler's song choices for this. We'll be back after this.
Hey, thanks guys. Welcome back everyone. So let's just crack away with this week's chitter. So there's this woman and she's doing a bit of housework and she's upstairs and she's cleaning out her 12-year-old son's bedroom and it's time to change the sheets, and she lifts up the mattress and she finds a porno there, but it's one of those sort of S&Ms, you know, like all handcuffs and whips and canes and stuff, and she's pretty shocked to say the least. And she doesn't know what to do, so she thinks, I'll better put it back under there and I'll have a word with the old man when he gets in. So she puts it back and the old man comes home from work and she says to him, look, she said, you better come upstairs, she said, because I've got to show you something that your son's been up to. He's been sort of hiding, keeping it from us. So she takes the old man upstairs, she lifts up the mattress, she takes out the magazine. Well, the old man's eyes nearly pop out of his head, and he's flicking through his magazine, and she went, so how are we going to deal with it? She said, well, I don't know what to do. And the old man looked at her and he said, well, he went, I'm not an expert, he went, but I don't think you should spank him. Alright, well, that's it from me for this week. And don't forget, if you've got any jokes that you want said out on Cab Chat, send them over and Jamie will read them out, or Matt will read them out, or I will, one of us would do it justice, and we'll give you accreditation for it as well. So until next time, everyone, stay safe, be lucky, and I'll see you next time. Ta-da.
Listeners, cause we think we are great. So if you like our station, please go tell a man. And you can get some other pal to tune into our show. We promise we will have a day with ginger nuts and cocoa. Oh, you love me. Oh, what is
Well, there you go. That was WOLD from Harry Chapin.
Yes,
And
who did you
Mick picked that one because he said
who did you pick up?
he picked that for Saul and Mick the Brit, the past presenters on Cab Chat.
Oh, W.
There's another one coming. Yeah, there's another one coming up soon. It's going to make everybody laugh. I think.
Oh, for me and you.
No, the other one.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Good.
And a funny joke from Dropkick Rick again.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And don't forget, he's put an appeal out to his followers. He's who he calls his tits. His tits, because he says his titterati. So he's named them Tits for short.
Titterati, oh yes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, he's named them Tits for short. And he's got an appeal out asking if you've got a favourite joke, then please send it in and he'll read it out on the show for you and give you full accreditation for it as well.
How bad's that?
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're crap at telling jokes...
Yeah, if you're crap at telling jokes but you know some good ones, send them in by DM. Don't just put them on Twitter because otherwise everyone's already read it and it makes it pointless.
Yeah.
Send them in by DM or email them into us admin@cabchatshow.uk and we'll pass them on to Dropkick Rick and he'll read them out.
Because it's funny, because, you can tell a joke, two different people can tell a joke.
Yeah.
Tommy Cooper would do a joke, hilarity.
Just
You get Roy Castle, I just pulled the name out of the head, and it wasn't funny. You get Frank Carson do a gag, and it nailed it. Do you know what I mean? Just by the way.
Talking of jokes, my mate pulled this young lady the other week.
Oh my.
Yeah. And in the morning, she said to him, "I have a confession. I used to be a Christian."
Oh right, Mike.
And he said, "Doesn't worry me, babe."
No.
And she said, "Awesome.
Yeah.
I much prefer being a Christine."
Very good. Very. I was a Christian, but he preferred it. Yeah, because the funny thing is, you don't know what you got till you got Hamlet Cods nowadays.
No, that's right.
Some of these, I mean, I won't tell you how this happened, right? It's one of the things, right? But I got a spurious email. I just didn't look at the link.
Dan from Clan gets loads of it. And
Does he?
you know that these ones like Benji from Nigeria that wants to give him a million
Oh,
quid.
yeah.
And he replies to it. He has an email exchange with them for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Well, it's funny because the email I got, the name on it was very similar to someone I know.
All right, yeah.
And I just naturally thought it was her.
Right.
And so it pinged up, and I sort of like half read it, half didn't read it.
And it wasn't from her.
Not at all.
But what did you say to her?
No, I didn't, because fortunately enough, I was going to reply to it, because I hadn't replied to her for ages. And I thought, oh, that's out of the blue. She can be very temperamental.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's one of these girls who you just say something to, and she says, what do you mean by that? You know what I mean? This one, so you go, look, I can't even bother. So that was the last conversation we had, was something along them lines. So I've learned in my older years just to ignore things. You know what I mean? So when I get this email, which was very similar to hers, had a picture of her.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, she's changed her hair, because it was a side-on look.
Yeah.
I thought, oh, she's just sending me. She's been out, lockdown's finished. She's changed her hair, and it wasn't until later on that day I went to it, and it was a lemon squeezer, a geezer. And I thought, oh, she's just changed her hair, because it was a side-on look. Yeah. And it was funny because the email I got, a few days later,
Who's a geezer?
who's done his hair, and he's just pumping it out there to everyone. You know what I mean? He wants people to get in contact with him. So that, yeah. So you don't know what you've got till you got.
Talking of that, wasn't you mentioning last week that you was going on a date or something?